let's talk about Gohan. Alright, so as much as I talk shit about it, as much as I complain about it, as much as I say fuck Goku, I really do love Dragon Ball Z. I will say it's one of my favorite animes of all time. However, as good as I think it is, it does have its fair share of problems. So many problems, in fact, that I would not recommend Dragon Ball Z to just a regular person, you know? Like, I just feel like that anime has so much bullshit within it that it's like, why would I wish that on somebody else? When I was younger, I could deal with it, but now that I'm older, I can't deal with all them plot holes and power level scaling and all the issues that's within Dragon Ball Z, but that's besides the point. Of the many problems that Dragon Ball Z has, I would say its biggest problem is Gohan and how they fucked him over. So today, we're gonna talk about Gohan, talk about his character, his rise to fame, and how Dragon Ball Z completely shat on his potential and just let it all go, and went back to the safety measure of using Goku as a main character, which is dumb, but you know what? It's whatever, Toriyama. So yeah, we're talking about Gohan today. Alright, so the first time we saw Gohan was in the first episode of Dragon Ball Z. Now, unlike many other people, my first introduction to Dragon Ball Z was not through Dragon Ball. Like, for my recollection, first Dragon Ball Z came to Toonami, and then Dragon Ball came later. Maybe when I was not born, or maybe when I was super young to not really care. Dragon Ball was on Toonami, I just never knew about it. But my first showing of Goku was in Dragon Ball Z, right? So I wasn't aware of the type of character that Goku was. However, as the anime went on, as the few episodes went by where like Raditz kidnapped Gohan and all that shit happened, I noticed a few key differences between Gohan and Goku, and I think they're very important. Goku, on one hand, is the epitome of a shonen character. He wants to get stronger, he likes to fight, he's a nice guy, and when push comes to shove, he can be a hero. That's your stereotypical shonen protagonist right there. Gohan was a little bit different. Gohan was more the timid side. He was more emotional. He wasn't as gun-ho and as like fighting heavy or loving as his father Goku was. Gohan was more to himself. He just wanted to be friends with everyone. He was adorable, and that appealed to my child side because I was a kid back then. Like, seeing Gohan do his thing and seeing him act like a child would, and seeing him not be as ready to fight as his father was and not be as like confident as his father was, it made sense to me because I was a kid. I was like, yeah, this is right, because I'm a kid, I'm also timid, I'm also sensitive, you know? That shit made sense. So as we saw Gohan grow up, you know, after Raditz kidnapped Gohan and Piccolo beat Raditz and killed Goku in the process, and Gohan went to go train with Piccolo, you know, we saw Gohan grow up a little bit more. We saw him like turn into a character that we did not really expect. You know, he didn't become a hardened fighter like his father. He was still a kind kid. He wanted to be friends with Piccolo, for God's sake. Which, by the way, I personally believe that the reason why Piccolo's a good guy in the first place is because of Gohan. But that's just my thing. That's just what I believe. So that raises more importance to Gohan. But like, you know, if you don't believe me, let me know in the chat, because I would love to know how you feel about the whole Piccolo-Gohan relationship. But yes, we see Piccolo train Gohan. We see how Piccolo is molding this kid into a weapon of mass destruction. And we're slowly seeing him turn into this, where he's still this kind kid, but he's becoming a strong kind kid. Like, if push comes to shove, he will fuck shit up. That's what Gohan does. However, once the Saiyans came, once Nappa and Vegeta came, shit got different real quick. Gohan saw what it was like to actually be in a situation where you have to fight for your life, and he was not prepared for it, as he shouldn't be. As a kid, seeing that, I was like, this makes sense. I wouldn't be ready to fight Vegeta and Nappa. These guys are crazy ass aliens. I can't fight that. No, they just blew up a whole city. I'm not trying to fight that shit. Leave me the fuck alone. I want to go home to my mom and read my books. Gohan was still timid. Gohan could not handle the Vegeta Nappa mess until Piccolo died. And then something snapped within Gohan. Something changed completely. Immediately, we saw Gohan turn from someone who was too scared to fight to someone who was ready to fight if it was for protecting his friends. At first, I feel like it was for his own protection, so that his father wouldn't have to like go and save him all the time. However, I feel like after Piccolo died, it became something of my weakness caused him to die. Maybe if I put in some work, he wouldn't have died, because essentially how Piccolo died was Gohan couldn't dodge, and then Piccolo jumped in the way and then took Nappa's blast and was like, oh shit, I'm dead. And Gohan was like, wow, that was completely my bad. That was completely my bad, bro, my fault. And see, Gohan liked Piccolo. Gohan saw Piccolo as a friend, and Piccolo finally saw Gohan as a friend. It took him to die to realize that, but you know, he still saw Gohan as a friend. So Gohan saw that and changed, and suddenly started fighting back against these aliens, the same aliens that he was was scared of 2 seconds ago, right? And ever since that moment, Gohan never changed. Gohan continued to be about the smoke when need be. Think about the Namekian and the Frieza saga, right? When it came to fighting Frieza's soldiers, and when it came to fighting the Ginyu Force and protecting the Namekians, he did what he had to do. He got stronger by Guru. He kept on fighting. Hell, even Vegeta acknowledged his strength. Even Vegeta was like, huh, this kid could possibly become a threat. I may have to fuck him up one day. But I gotta kill this dude Frieza first, just before I focus on this crazy ass kid that belongs to Kakarot. But yes, we slowly watched Gohan mature into this amazing character, someone completely different from Goku. And it was like a breath of fresh air, because while we did get Goku a lot because Goku solved most of the big problems, you know, Goku fought Frieza, Goku was involved with the Raditz fight, Goku beat Vegeta, you know, all that shit. It was still beautiful to see Gohan grow. Even though we didn't handle all the big problems, we saw Gohan growing from the corner of our eye. We were just like, I see Goku, but like, it's like we were slowly turning to Gohan and just kind of noticing his growth more. Because technically speaking, Goku finished growing. Goku's main character growth arc was in Dragon Ball. Goku was done. This is adult Goku now. All he's gonna do is just get stronger. So we were watching Gohan grow as Goku handled all the tough fights, right? And then, you know, after the Frieza saga ended, we get to probably the most important saga when it comes to Gohan, the Android and the Cell saga. 3 sagas, because it was the Android saga, the Cell saga, and the Cell game saga. I don't know why that was a different saga, but you know, whatever, it's a different saga. Anyways, first thing I want to mention about the Android and the Cell game saga, right? We got something very interesting from Akira Toriyama. We got the future Trunks story, and that showed us something very cool. It showed us the hero that Gohan could have become if he was focused on. Because in that storyline, right, Gohan was Earth's only savior. There was no Goku. Goku died, Vegeta died. It was just Gohan and Trunks. So we caught a glimpse of what could have happened if Akira Toriyama was just like, hey man, you know what? Fuck it. Gohan's the main character now. Sorry, all you Goku tards. I'm gonna focus on Gohan now. And that was amazing, because even though, yes, Gohan died in the future, in the history of Trunks, because the androids are assholes, I still loved Gohan's character so much. So much so that whenever I saw future Gohan in a game, and I was maining Gohan, I would immediately switch to future Gohan, because I was like, future Gohan is so slept upon, even though he's so dope. He's such a good character. He was still the kind, gentle Gohan that we all know and love, but he was still out here giving people the smoke because he had to. That's why future Gohan is fire. But let's stick with, you know, Teen Gohan, you know. As we see Teen Gohan grow up in the Android saga and the Cell saga, not really much of a change. I feel like the biggest change happened when he went into the hyperbolic time chamber with his father and he learned Super Saiyan. That kind of to me is where Goku passed the torch to Gohan. Goku was basically telling Gohan, listen man, I'm not always going to be here. You saw how many times I died, fucking the whole Raditz situation. I almost died on Namek, like a lot of situations where I just died. I almost had a heart attack, bro. My body is not ready for all this crazy shit. So I'm giving you Super Saiyan so that you can take care of the shit for me. That's what I thought the whole teaching him Super Saiyan was in the hyperbolic time chamber. But after he learned Super Saiyan, after he fights Cell, after the most epic scene where he learned Super Saiyan 2, which by the way was amazing because that's when he finally tapped into the hidden potential they've been hinting at for the longest time. I mean, yeah, he had little moments where he tapped into it out of anger, but that's when he finally snapped. He snapped completely and went Super Saiyan 2, and you saw what Gohan was really about if he just let go. But anyways, after all that shit happened, it's like they completely forgot about the whole passing the torch ideology. They forgot about the symbolism of him teaching him Super Saiyan, and they just made Goku the main character again. You know, cause like after the Cell saga, right? After Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, after we were all wowed and saw how amazing an anime Dragon Ball Z could be if they just made Gohan the main character, you know, we get to the Buu saga, we see Gohan in school, which I thought was nice. You know, it was cool seeing Gohan as a regular character, as a regular human being, not out here fighting people. It was nice seeing him happy. He got a girlfriend, he was a great Saiyan man, he could be a hero because of the whole Ginyu Force thing. He was happy, he was having a good time, and seeing Gohan happy makes me happy. So after all that shit happened, Goku returns, Babidi's acting all crazy saying, hey, guess what, I'm gonna revive Majin Buu. Vegeta goes batshit crazy and goes evil. Him and Goku have their crazy grudge match, which I did love. But while all that shit was happening, it's like Gohan just became irrelevant. And before people get mad at me and say, oh, don't you, but what about Mystic Form? Yeah, Mystic Form happened, but Mystic Form I feel like was meant to take care of the big baddie, which is Buu at the time. And he didn't do it because he got too cocky, and then he just kind of became irrelevant again once Goku and Vegeta got back into the picture. Because at the end of the day, who beat the big baddie? Fucking Goku, again. Like, they only made Gohan beat one big bad guy. That was Cell. Outside of that, who beat Frieza? Goku. And then who beat Buu? Goku. Like, bro, stop feeding Goku so many W's and give Gohan some W's, son. Like, let Gohan take some W's. Let us see Gohan grow some more. Why did you just stunt his growth? Like, GT, I don't like mentioning GT because fuck GT, but for the people that do like GT, I will mention GT. In GT, Gohan was basically a stay-at-home dad. All Gohan really did was just kind of do his scholarly thing, be a good husband to Videl, and take care of Pan when he had to. Gohan was completely irrelevant. And then in Super, Gohan didn't become relevant to the Tournament of Power, but he did it like yes, he led the team perfectly in the actual in the anime and shit. He put in a lot of work in the anime, yes. But one thing that was really cool in the manga was that he fought Kefla to a standstill. Yes, people, Kefla, the fused version of Khalifa and Kale that went against Ultra Instinct Goku. Yes. Gohan fought her to a standstill and caused a double elimination. It's cool that Goku and Gohan did like do a cool father-son Kamehameha wave in the Tournament of Power and all that shit and beat a bunch of bad guys. But that one scene right there, I was like, Gohan is back, baby. However, with where the manga is going, Gohan has not been seen at all, and I don't think Gohan's ever going to be seen. I think Gohan is still training with Piccolo right now, but I feel like they're done with him, and it just kills me inside because Gohan has so much potential. He was such a dope character just seeing him grow up. Like, we grew up with Gohan. Notice 90s babies who watched Dragon Ball Z on Toonami just like I did. We literally grew up with Gohan. He stuck with our soul. Every time Gohan went through shit, we went through shit. The Cell Saga, I was scared with Gohan. When Goku was like, yo, Gohan, come take care of Cell, I was like, really, Pops? Like, I was Gohan. Like, come on, son. We grew up with Gohan. So seeing Akira Toriyama literally shit on his potential just kills me inside. And I feel like I'm getting to the point that I was at the in the Rock Lee video, but it just gets me angry, guys. It just gets me angry when good anime characters are forgotten. Because, like, I'm pretty sure after seeing this video, after watching this whole thing, if you made it this far, thank you so much. You agree with me that Gohan had a lot of potential. And think about how great of an anime Dragon Ball Z could have been if Gohan was actually the protagonist. If Akira Toriyama actually followed what he thought about doing, about making Gohan the protagonist of Dragon Ball Z, and actually followed through with it, imagine how good of an anime that would have been. It's because instead of seeing Goku solve all the problems and then seeing Gohan grow on the sidelines, it would be Gohan solving all the problems, and then Gohan also growing on the front lines though. And yes, Goku and Vegeta and the rest of the Z Warriors can still be relevant. Just utilize them more. You don't have to take Goku away. Just make Gohan the main character. That's it. That's it. Gohan, son. Gohan. Well, that is it for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As I said before, continue the conversation in the comments. Let me know what you think. Did you like Gohan? Do you feel like Toriyama did Gohan dirty just like I did? Do you feel like Goku should have been the main character of Dragon Ball Z and you feel like there's nothing wrong with Dragon Ball Z as is? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also hit the bell notification button on this little side somewhere over here so that you actually get updated when I upload videos, because if you don't, YouTube won't tell you, and I'm gonna be like, hey man, sorry bro, and you're gonna be like, ah, damn, where your videos at? Shout out to my loyal patrons who make videos like this possible with their very kind donations. And if you are not already a patron but would like to become one, go to my Patreon link in the description below and find out how you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month, fam. We have shirts available. They're in the description down below. You can click on them, check out those shirts, tell me which one you like, and get you one if you want one. But if you cannot get one or cannot become a patron, don't forget that liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff is still very helpful. Don't feel bad if you can't, like, you know, give your money out. I still love you either way. And with that being said, expect another episode on Vegeta. Expect the next one of these episodes on Vegeta, because I have been waiting to talk about Vegeta for the longest now. And it's time. I think it's time. With that being said, be easy, stay lit, and take care.